Hey Q, how have you been?
Super good. How about you?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's such a pleasure to meet you and connect with you. And thank you for your time
Oh,
to have
thank
this
you.
discussion with you.
Thanks
Just
for having me.
tell a little bit about yourself. I know you have quite a few business yourself, right?
For sure. Um, I'm 30 years old. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and where I'm from, people tend to work really hard. It's a fast-moving city, and you have to make things happen for yourself. Some people work, some people are self-employed, and I always knew that that was in my cards was to kind of do my own thing. So I run a marketing company called Get Marketed AF. I have a dumpster rental company out here in Salt Lake City, and I have a stock market app. I almost forgot the last one. We just do so many things these days. But the end goal is for me to help as many people as I can in stocks and real estate and other niches. So it's a good time.
Wow. Yeah, it is incredible. Courtney and you're really power couple. This, yeah, like I feel like, through our interaction, I learned so much from you, just that energy and be great every day.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the days are long and you have to push yourself to be great. You know, when you call and say, hey, can I have you on to ask you some questions about, the hidden bank account? I'm like, sure, let's do it.
Thank you again. Absolutely. I mean, it is awesome. I mean, with your background in military, it just
Yeah, I forgot to mention that part. So I am a veteran. I was in the military for 6 years in the Air Force. So I worked with the planes. And I think that's kind of a big part of why I liked what you have is because I realized that I was really in danger more often than your average person. And I always thought like, if something happens to me, I want to have a plan. So it was really important that, I found the hidden bank account. Thank you for showing me it. And it's like, it really helps you sleep at night, honestly.
Yeah, I'm grateful that I was able to, be of service to you as well, because you were out there, risk your life in the battlefield. I mean, that's just something a normal person won't even imagine what it feels like.
No, it's I'll say it's the hardest thing you could do. I mean, I don't know anything harder than war. That's it's hard, it's tough. But you just want to be prepared. You want to be prepared whether you survive or not. And I'll tell you what, a lot of people won't experience war, but there are other things in life like car accidents and cancer and there's so many tough things in life. You just want to be prepared for it. So I'm thankful to you. You go out and help people every day as well. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And in a way, living sometimes is harder than dying. And like
For
we all need to prepare to take a responsibility for our own future, right? I
for
know
sure.
that you have really amazing goals, the life you envision with you and Courtney. And you've been doing a lot of amazing stuffs with the stock and the marketing company and dumpster company. So with everything, like how did you find the place, the necessity for this particular hidden bank account? And can you explain a little bit or share a little bit about how that help as a bigger
Absolutely.
picture?
Yeah, the bigger picture is, my experience with the military was just one aspect of it. I went to school for finance, so stocks and bonds, and I learned that all the wealthy people weren't making money from appreciation. So like I've been trading stocks for a while, and the goal there is like buy something and hope and pray that it goes up. And after I finished school, I realized that most people who were successful weren't doing that. They weren't waiting for the appreciation. They were making these little amounts on a timely basis where they knew that they would reach their end goal, like financially, financially speaking. So I really wanted to switch up my style. Like I never stopped trading stocks. I mean, I do to this day. of course, but also wanted to add in some type of security layer just as a stock trader and as an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurs can get very close to the end goal and blow it all up, right? Just mess somehow, some way, could lose it all. And I just wanted to make sure that I didn't want to end up being 85 and having nothing to show for it. So that's where the hidden bank account comes in. It gives you those dividends, you know, that cash flow that you know you're going to make. And also, like, if something happens to you, then you're covered, which is just an amount of time, you know, like, we don't live forever. So it's just like, when that day comes, you're good. Your family's good. You don't get any money when you die. But your family's good. Your family, friends. I don't have children, so, you know, I'll take care of, you know, the closest people to me, which is really exciting. It's really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a joke about like we're all gonna die, might as well make a fortune out of it, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And
Yes,
have a lot of fun.
yeah, definitely. You know, because in a way it's leaving a legacy, but at the same time to support your dreams
Absolutely.
and the goals while you're running business and all the other things, lifestyle you would like to have.
Yeah, it's the goal is always to live your fullest life, whatever that means. It seems selfish, but your goals could be to help a lot of people, you know? And if you're not pushing yourself every day to see, like, what are the people who have really full lives, what are they doing? When you look, they build and then protect. They build and then protect, build and protect. And a lot of people just try to build and then they never really think about the protection, and they fall in the end. So for me, you know, I'm a math guy. So when it comes down to it, you don't want to make $30 million from your dumpster company, and then in the end, a customer gets run over by a dumpster, or, you know, and they sue you for 30 million. Then it's over. You built nothing. You spent a lot of time. I won't say wasted. You know, it could have been a great journey, but you spent it. It's gone. You can't get it back, you know? And so what the strategy that you hooked me up with shows is that, like, no matter what happens, I'll be super good. Super good.
Yeah, that's a kind of a surety. It's quite incredible, like, you know, sleeping through the storm like a baby, right? Like, I really resonate what you mentioned about this whole grow, and then you have a stabilized section, right? Then build and steady, then build and steady. So it's like going upward. So you're not just collapse.
Yeah.
Because things happen, right? Whether it's getting sued or, you know, accident happen, then, you know, like you back to zero, then with everything just evaporated.
Yeah. And, you know, I worked for the government and I saw how they prey on people in that way. So they allow you the freedom to build your life all the way up. Just so in the end, if you don't have any protection in place, they take it all back. It's like, if you buy 3 houses and rent 2 of them, when you die, you have no plan or no cash. Guess who gets those houses? Guess who gets your cars? Guess who gets all that tax money from 60 years, 70, 80 years? They do. Their strategy is like, hey, go to work for me and not even know it. And then the very end, I'm gonna take everything that you got for me. Appreciate it. And so I didn't love that idea. I was like, you know, the worst case scenario is I'll leave a couple friends a couple million, like, and leave them some properties, and that'd be awesome, so that they don't have to grind every day. They can start working at a higher capacity and focus on helping people. So it was really important. It's really important to make sure you protect your backside.
Absolutely. I mean, it's also quite a selfless, noble act, right?
Mhm.
Like the people you care about, they will be able to benefit from your legacy. You know?
For sure. And if you don't, you know, the game goes on. The people who protect themselves, they create the Walmarts of the world. They create these great generational wealthy families, and they do not care about what you're doing with your last name. You become a pawn, and the game goes on. So if you want to get in the game, play for real. You're gonna need some protection. You're gonna need to protect what you're building every day.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so well said. Q, that is incredible. So, we've been get to know each other through this and became a really great friend. I mean, I just every time we spend together and do things, it feels like time just flew by because you're having a great time. With everything like out there, and what a kind of a recommendation you have for other people?
That's a great question. The biggest recommendation that I have for other people is don't worry about the price of setting up your strategy, like your month-to-month price. Avery, you showed me that, like, even in some bad times, there are things I could do to make sure that I'm taking care of my insurance and my protection layer. And sometimes there are people who will show you a strategy like this, and you might think that it's $1 million a month or whatever. That's just some random number, but it doesn't have to be. Like, my first one was very small, and honestly, you will thank yourself 1,000,000 times a few years out, because what happens is you can take the first one that you start and the payments that it pays you, you can use those to fund another safety net, and then use those to fund another one, and it just snowballs. So I would just say, just get started and give it time. Don't worry about the price. Is minimal compared to that full life that you could be living. Like, that's a little price to pay for a big reward. So just do it.
Yeah, it's really can reprioritize a person's life. That's my own experience as well, because I have two of the strategies for myself. I'm also still single, no family. Partially, it's for my own, in a way, selfish act of like, I want to enjoy the cash. But then, for my future family as well, right? Like earlier, just what you mentioned about it's not about a get rich quick overnight. It's about to get wealthy for sure. It's a long-term game, steady, and you just expand. So there's no worry or stress of the roller coaster.
For sure. And I'll say this is not for the average everyday, like, person who doesn't want a full life. This is an exclusive thing that took me years. It took me years to find you, years to figure this out. And then when I started asking the richest people I knew, I'm talking rich, like own 4,000 houses, people like that do this. So, I spent years trying to Google something like this and couldn't find anything. This is like all the way off the deep end to where you're going to build wealth, whether you like it or not. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. So, it's exclusive. It's exclusive. It really is. So thank you for helping me join the club.
It is my honor. I mean, in a way, to be of a service. It enriched my life as well. I know both of us are truth seekers, right? We don't want to get the wall in front of our eyes by what other stuff going on, right? The distractions. Certain people have certain agenda. So it just in a way, the mission is to share this with as many people as possible that they can qualify for that, right? At least, get some information and see if you can get it or not. Right?
For sure.
Worth trying. Yeah.
I 100% agree.
So last question, yeah, just like you and Courtney, right, and just everything going on. What like what did you see yourself, 3 5 years, the trajectory of your bright future looks like?
That's a great question. So next 3 to 5 years, I want to create our own platform where we can tell the truth. Like you just mentioned this word that I really love. You said we're truth seekers. And I live and die by that. I'm always trying to figure out what's the truth. Like forget all the marketing and all the fancy stuff. What really works? And so we found a lot of those things, through people like you who have figured it out and was like, let's share it. Where, in a fun way. So that's what Stocks Made Simple does. I found out the truth about stocks. A lot of it doesn't work. You've got to have a real strategy, which over 9 years, I finally cracked the code. And I'm just like, hey, this is the truth. If you do it this way, you'll be successful. If you do it that way, it's going to be hard. And, I created an app around that. Like, here's the truth. It's bottled up and you can download it and learn. And no one, the cool thing about that platform is that there's no algorithm, you're going to find the truth there. You're not going to get, I'm not getting banned on my own app for telling the truth about, something that you see on the news. And, it's like we talked about in particular, the cash flow method. Like you need to have some income that is coming in, even if you're still doing stocks. Take the stock money and put it into a vehicle that is going to grow. So that's the truth. And we talk about that in Stocks Made Simple. The dumpster company, I do want to exit at 30 million. We're buying new dumpsters every month. That's another cash flow vehicle. I know each dumpster, I think we paid $32 for it and it makes $1,500 a month.
Wow.
So it's nuts. And so every month we go into the market. I use my hidden bank account to fund that. I go and buy dumpsters and put it back.
Yeah, it just seems all those puzzles, they're all necessary, right? To build the successful strategy. But with the hidden bank account, along with your other businesses, they just feed each other. And, you just have a really, really, the future is so bright for you. Yeah.
I got a big head, yo. Yeah, no, I try to think it through, and it's not for me. It's for my friends and family. I know that they need to know the truth. It's like there's so many lies out there, and there's so many things that are out front. But the truth is, I love the hidden bank account because you can't see when a person has that in place. It's not visible. You can't see what a person is not showing you. And I think that's one of the coolest things is like, you could walk around with one of the biggest policies on earth and the money is untouchable. It grows tax-free and all these different things, but you can't see it. You can still drive an everyday car, be a cool person. You don't have to be, this or that. You don't have to act a certain way, but you know that you're protected. And so I use mine to fund businesses that are visible, but it's the way you structure things that really matter. So we want to grow that company. I'm doing more and more real estate deals and actually starting to teach people how to do it. And so I'll share that with you. That's coming out really soon. That's
oh man.
That's new news, actually.
I'm really excited.
But yeah, the basis of everything that I do is the strategy that you showed me. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. Yeah, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, Q, and I look forward to we build this relationship stronger and stronger.
Me too, and I've become one of your biggest fans. I'm out telling people about it all day. It's like, you got to talk to Avery. She's got it going on. And, you do it in such a cool way. Like, I never felt like you were using huge words to try to confuse me or anything. You break it down. You just make it so simple. You make it a no-brainer. So I'm so glad to have found you. And I'll keep spreading the word.
Likewise, likewise. Q is one of the coolest person I encountered in my life. I'm also 30 this year. So
Thank you. You are too. Thank you.
I will just stop it. Oh my God.